This video is not sponsored by Up and Go. I'm just trying to get a sponsorship with Up and Go because I think that'd be pretty cool. Sanitarium, I'm the perfect guy for this. Sponsor me. G'day Larry gang, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you the death run that I made for Muselk in detail and showing you some of the footage and behind the scenes stuff that happened. Now this is like, I was quite happy with this map. It took him a lot longer than the first map did, and the first map I think was funnier to edit because he was playing with Fresh. There's a lot of competitiveness going on between the two, and I definitely think that they would have murdered each other if they continued to do it because holy crap. So to give a bit of context, when I first finished this death run, Elliot did it like 3 days later or something on Fresh's stream. They spent the entire 4 hours that you're allowed to use in creative mode maps to basically get up to just level 5, and Fresh couldn't even make it past level 4. When I was watching the stream, I'm like, oh crap, like he's not gonna be able to get content out of this, like what's gonna happen? And so I messaged him afterwards. I'm like, if you want, I can make the map easier. And he replies, no, I'm doing it. I'm not pussying this out. Like, you've made a map, don't change anything. I'm 100% doing it. I'm like, fair enough. All right, let's just anyway, time to take you through each level and like my thought process behind it. Level 1, like on the previous death run that I did for him, I wanted it to be simple. I didn't want it to be, you know, over the top complicated, but at the same time I wanted to troll him. So yeah, this starting level 1, when you go through it, obviously it's hard to see the little bumper that gets you to the next level. So that's the little troll there. I want to make it as inconspicuous as possible, so then he, you know, would have a tough time trying to find it.
Let's just get through the early levels, Fresh.
Wait, what?
What the hell?
I think it's successful, you know, successful first level. So this next run here, obviously, I never made a level before where you had to run with move speed as fast as you can to get through different booby traps and obstacles and whatnot. So I decided to add that in because I had never made one before, and I know that Elliot, he has struggled with these in the past. Like, there are some really nasty ones I've edited in previous death runs, and I forgot I didn't actually put one in. Now comes level 3. So as you guys know, in the previous death run I made, he actually creamed this level style, and at the time it was because I was absolutely useless at strafe jumping, and I had no idea that there was a certain technique to it in order to do it. So I already failed it there. Just that strafe jump alone is annoying. But then at first I had it so they're all the same thickness, but like a lot thicker. I think like about this thickness they all were, and you had to try and get around this. But then it occurred to me, like, the reason why it was easy is because all you had to do was get into a consistent jump pattern, and then you could just complete it. But you know what? What if we just made each one slightly larger than the next? So all I did was, right, I changed the size of it, but like 1 millimeter, 1 centimeter larger for each individual pole, so you can stop that consistency of the strafe jumping that, you know, you can practice over and over again. This time you had to try and master the art of strafe jumping itself rather than the consistency of a particular strafe jump, and that's what makes this level so hard. When they first did this level, Fresh couldn't really get past it. I think he did in the end, but he gave up essentially. Like, it was just too hard. Elliot did this strafe jump level in 40 minutes, which is a long time when you're doing a death run level. You got to remember there are 14 levels that you have to complete in 4 hours, and 40 minutes of 4 hours. So yeah, have fun trying to complete the entire map after doing this one level. Anyway, next level. So this level here, he is very good at impulse grenades, so I wanted to mess with the way he had to use impulse grenades. He's very good at doing the max range impulse grenades when you chuck it down and then last second jumps and then you get the furthest distance possible. But I wanted to mess with him because I wanted him to have to crouch and do an impulse grenade jump, because those are a lot harder and there aren't many death runs where you have to do that. Anyway, so you jump onto here and then not die by the barriers or the traps, because tell you what, they're hard. And then I had to make him go through a door for the final jump because he hates doors. Now this level here, he spent absolutely hours on. It was actually ridiculous. Like, I don't even, when I like play tested it, I got down to about this point in the first 10 minutes of training for it. And so I figured, oh, you know, to get down to just this point it would be easier. Funnily enough, originally when I designed this map, I actually didn't have this little side part here that allowed you to get to the next level. It was seriously just a downhill trap tunnel, and this side part didn't even exist. But when I was playtesting, it became evidently clear that this level was just too hard and basically impossible to do. So I had this little side part here, so you activate the channel, which allows you to go through the side tunnel here, and then release the death barrier that is right here. That made things a lot easier. It was still a difficult level because I did not realize how difficult it was going to be. Anyway, so this tunnel part here, for the speed run part of the map with the $1,500 up on offer, I decided to stick the coin here because it is faster to do this level if you can go through the entire tunnel. Obviously it's quite hard, but if you can do it, then you shave some time off. Level 6. Now, level 6 originally I had some traps here on each side, but we found out that you kind of just like had a 50% chance of dying while trying to grapple over to the next doorway. So if you remember the previous death run, he struggled a lot with grappling through doorways, like an awful lot.
Fresh, I've already concluded that these are not epic games. Oh my god, there are multiple doors. Are you joking?
I decided to do it again, but this time, instead of just doors that were the same height each time to grapple through, he'd have to grapple downwards and then back up and then through and then curve around, which he hadn't had to do before because it was all a straight line in the previous grapple run. And then, of course, I had to make it so then you died to that trap if you were a little frisky with it. Now, funnily enough, what he failed to realize, all you had to do is just grapple into the wall here, and you'd land perfectly there and not die to the trap. And then you could just bait it out like that. This hitbox is really generous. Like, you can stand basically on the very edge of the trap. So you're not going to get hit by the trap on the inside of there. When I saw him kept trying to like go straight into it and then duck back out, that wasn't the smartest move.
Here we go. Aim high. Go! I forgot to backtrack!
So this level here, originally we had a doorway and ice traps there, but then we kind of realized that was way too difficult. I thought to myself, like, the death runs are already very hard, so I'll just do a slightly open doorway to make it a little easier. Like, not a regular doorway that you have to go through, but about a chunk, so about 2 doorways the size in whole length. This level was a bit of a throwaway because I just had it to try and connect it to the next level here, which was the prompt hunt levels. I'm so happy with these levels because I actually thought of these when I was in a dream. I fell asleep and while thinking about levels to do for this death run, and I dreamt about these particular levels here with the props where you had to try and turn into a prop that you had to kind of cookie cut your way through. And I thought, you know, it'd be funny just to mess with him. He had to turn into a trash can. And in the video, you could tell he didn't like that because he threatened to fire me or demote me, one of the two.
Calling me trash? You calling me trash? Jacob, I'm literally your boss. I can fire you. I can demote you to junior editor.
So you go through as the trash can through here, jump up, and go through here. Now, it was funny, when we originally were testing this level, Fortnite actually added an update or a bug fix where if you're a prop, you can die to traps and activate traps. Before, you had to turn back out into yourself, jump on it, and turn into that box, and then go into the window as normal. But because of that Fortnite bug fix, this level kind of broke, and it became, you can just use the trash can, which is a smaller hitbox to get through. Which is a shame, but you know, what can you do? Now this level here, like I said, it was a little bit of a troll death run, so I want to make it look like he got back to the very beginning of the map. But I failed to realize that you can jump up and see the outside like that. Which is a shame because it would have been great if he just like went straight into here and realized that he was wrong, but he did it just because he wanted to test it anyway. It wasn't that he got trolled, he was just trying things out. And then for the speed run, I added a coin up here, so you have to come up here in order to do it properly. And then a little shout out for myself. So the reason I did this level is because in the previous death run, he got through this level because of spawn invulnerability. Now, I wanted him to do this level properly, so I just recreated it with spawn and vulnerability turned off, so then he had to do it properly. Now, level 10, this level was from a fan, actually. He was watching the stream, and I asked him if he wanted to play test, and so he came in play test. But then he said, like, I have a level idea, can I show you? I'm like, okay, sure. So he was making his own death run where you could strafe jump up on these half walls inside the doorway. And then I added the genius idea of adding ice to it to make it even more annoying. Because once you did get the hang of it, the strafe jump was really easy to do. The easiest way to do this level is to jump up sideways while looking down because it changes your hitbox shape, but it's still very annoying. Anyway, I'm not even going to try and complete it because I've done my fair share of playtesting. So I added 2 coins in each wall there, so you have to try and get them in order to complete the map in the speed run. Originally on this level, I actually had it so there were 2 doorways on here in order to jump through it properly. I decided that was a bit too mean because after you bounce out of here, it was already annoying because you kind of have 2 seconds to go through before you hit the traps there and have to restart the level. And then when you get up here, you get to the next prop hunt level. Now this prop hunt level here was another one that I thought of when I was trying to fall asleep and ended up dreaming about it. I find the best ideas for Deathrun levels are the ones that you're just thinking in the shower or thinking of when you're trying to fall asleep. You turn to the box, jump through. You saw it in the Deathrun that he did. It was excruciatingly painful to do.
And number 1, far out. I will get through that hole.
Now, originally I actually had death barriers that would follow you. They were the only things that could kill you when you're in the prop form. But I changed it so then the traps killed you when the bug fix came through that allowed you to die to traps as a prop. And also originally I didn't actually have these bars here to stop you from moving. You had to just turn out of the prop as you got past there, jump onto the next point and continue where you left off. It wasn't level 11, level 12. It was just level 11. It was just 2 levels in one. But yeah, it occurred to me that it was kind of too hard to do this entire thing in one hit. And then here, I thought it'd be funny to make him turn into the thing he hates most. Doors. He died to it a bunch of times when he was trying to initially get past the doors. But when he got past it, he did it first go. And I'm quite impressed by that because this was one of the hardest things to do because it wasn't just, oh, trying to line your body. It was turn yourself into a thin surface to get through there, because obviously if you're just a regular door you can't get through there because your hitbox is too big. You have to turn sideways in order to get through.
Oh my god, we got it. Okay, we need to turn sideways. Turn sideways. I made it. Oh my god, I made it. Oh my god, I can't believe we got that one first go.
I was quite proud of that, but he did complete it very quickly, so I'm a little annoyed by that. Now, this next level here, while thinking of levels, it just occurred to me that flint knocks launch you in the opposite direction from where you shoot them. It's a very controlled thing. It's all skill based. There isn't any randomness to it. So I decided to just have an entire room covered in death barriers, and you had to just impulse grenade over and shoot sideways. Now, this level turned out exactly the way as I originally thought about it. There weren't any previous versions of it. It was just, this is how I wanted the level to be, and it turned out the way I wanted it. To make it that a little bit difficult, you have to land right there, otherwise that trap will kill you, and then you have to start the level all over again. Final level. Now, in the previous death run, he literally beat this level in 5 minutes. I was so annoyed by that, and the reason why he did it was because he was good at max range impulse grenades.
Come on. Yes! Oh my god. I made it!
So this time around, I didn't make it max range impulse grenades. I made it so then if you go max range, you actually completely overshoot it. So you have to align the impulse grenade pretty well. But then there's only one pole you had to jump to which you then had to jump to a platform which led to a doorway. I decided to add 2 poles instead. So then it was a lot harder. But in the death run, it was weird because the zone was bugged. Turns out it didn't kill you on the edge of the death barrier. Like, the death barrier went right to the wall, but if you landed right here, you didn't die to it, which is really weird. But now I've made it so the death barrier goes all the way out to the side, so you can't cheese it if you're doing the speed run. Also, death barriers on the side, so you can't cheese it by wall jumping with impulse nades. You have to just do the jump properly. And then for here, I add a little trap to the side just in case if he was a little too excited and died to it after thinking he beat the level. He didn't fall for it though. Good on him.
First, you forget to put a death barrier in the tiny spot underneath the door, and then you actually think you're gonna get me with that trap. You actually, sorry if you fell for that trap, bro. Like, come on.
That's the entire death run. And so, yeah, I enjoyed making this, and I've learnt a lot for Deathrun 3.0 if I make that. Or, you know, I probably will make that. Elliot's struggling for content. He can't think of any ideas. So if I make him a death run, it's content for him. And it's content for me as well, because I can make videos for my channel. This stream, I had 4,000 people watching me. So definitely gonna do streams like that in the future because that was a lot of fun. All right, now onto the footage side of things. So this is just a cut down version, just to simplify. I had a lot more assets and stuff, music and transitions and whatnot. I decided to leave those out just to show you guys like just the raw cuts of like how ridiculous this edit was. So when I completely edited it down, before I cut out scenes to try and make the video below 30 minutes. It was 55 minutes long. That is how much content that there was in this death run. It could have easily been a 55-minute video. Easily. Without a doubt. There was just so many funny moments that I had to cut out, and I'm so annoyed by that. That is all the footage I was given. Look at that. This is 6.5 hours of footage right here, and that doesn't even include the times he was practicing when he wasn't recording, because I can tell you now, it did take him a month or two to complete this death run, and he would be practicing with it every now and then. It was just a crazy frigging run. I'm generally impressed with him. Like, it was definitely the hardest death run he's ever had to do. Like, since his death runs, he records over 4 hours, and he gives me that. He's never had to give me multiple recordings of him restarting one, unless like it was that death run level where you had to restart the map because you only had one chance at completing the level. But other than that, this was the longest death run he's ever had to do. Every other death run he's been able to complete in 4 hours. This one literally took him a month. Like, he didn't play every day, obviously, but every now and then he'd hop back on it and give it another crack, and then he'd just get annoyed and stop recording. He finally decided to persist with it and spent the entire day filming this. Each clip of these, so that's like one clip, another clip, another clip, another clip, another clip, another clip. They're separate recordings, right? They're from different sessions of filming this map. He spent the entire day getting all this footage here, and then that was the first ever stream that happened. So this is when he was playing with Fresh and stuff. So as you can see here, like, if you look at the audio waveforms, right, it's the same jump in audio over and over and over again, because that's basically the same level of him trying to do it over and over again. You can tell when he's concentrating because he goes into these like quiet sessions of just not talking, and he'll spend ages just trying to like complete the level. And obviously this is excluding the stuff that he does offline. This isn't everything. I succeeded at the final level. Like, I know he cheesed it, but the previous death run he did it in about 5 minutes. This time the final level took him a decent while. Like, a decent while. And I believe it was about an hour all up, actually. This snowman one, holy moly, like, he spent ages on it, dude. Frigging ages. Look at this. So the majority of the footage is literally level 12. Like level 11, level 12. Well, no, not level 11, just level 12, because he completed that by cheesing it, turning to number 1, which I patched in the speed run, by the way, so you won't be able to do that if you're watching this video. Yeah, see here, he's like, he exited the map to restart it and stuff. Like, he restarts the stuff a lot. Like, I can't stress again how much of this footage that you're not seeing here that he didn't record. Like, there's a lot of practicing. But it was an awfully long time. Awfully long time. And there you go, a little summary of the death run I made for Elliot. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd like to do a reaction video to the video I edited properly, and like talk about some stuff that happened. I might have to do that for a different episode, because like this video alone is going to be quite long with what I've already recorded. Anyway, catch you guys later. And yeah, look forward to me creating Death Run 3.0. Subscribe, turn notifications on if you want to keep up with that. Bye-bye.